Hello everybody, this is General Snivy and I almost screwed up the intro, so let's try that again. Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more Let's Play The Last Remnant. Today we're going to be exploring more of this insane labyrinth within Gilmore, because I like cookies and there are cookies at the very bottom of the dungeon. No, not really. By the way, we're not completing the side quest in this video. We're actually going to be doing so in the next one. So yeah, this is the second part of 3 of this freaking side quest. Trust me, there's one side quest I know is going to take me at least maybe about 5 videos or so in order to complete it. Because the dungeon is really huge. I'm not freaking kidding. I mean, if you compare this dungeon to the one I'm talking about, it involves going back into the Great Sand Sea and finding another certain dungeon. This looks like a little children's park compared to that place, which is pretty much Central Park plus 10.
Let's do this.
By that, yeah, it is pretty much Central Park plus 10. 10 of them. Yeah, it's that freaking big. But here, not so much. What am I saying? I really don't know. I've been recording about 6 videos consecutively now. This is video number 6. Yeah, it's that many. Now it's time to fight the next kind of enemy that we'll be encountering in the dungeon. And they look like freaking werewolves. Yay, reskinned werewolves! And also evil plants that want to murder you. Everything wants to murder you in this game. What am I saying? I really don't know. I'm just talking nonsense. I guess I should go ahead and start talking about the enemies from which we're facing. The new ones anyway. The rest are just the usual evil plants that just want to murder you, just like the rest of them. The werewolves, or whatever their name is, they are quite annoying. But again, just gang up on them and they should go down in no time. But they do have a relatively high amount of HP, can hit you pretty hard, and they are quite a killer if they come in and finish you off. Yeah. It shall be demonstrated right after this. At least he went down like a hero, just slice and dice and trying to kill the enemy, dealing quite a bit of damage with the counterattack, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough.
Smash him from the side. Be careful. Thank you.
Let's see, what can I talk about now? I am recording this in kind of an odd time of the day. I'm recording this at 6:08 p.m. which is completely irrelevant when this video goes live, but I don't freaking care. I just want to talk about it because stuff. I normally don't record this late. Around 4 p.m. that's when I decide, hey, I don't feel like recording anything for the rest of the day. That's usually what I like to do, because that's my thing. Now let's see, what else can I talk about? You gotta hate those freaking dondadas. I think they're called dondadas. Kinda rolls off the tongue, don't you think? It's like the enemies are confusing enough to name, just call them by what they look like. That's my analogy, that's how I roll. I guess one thing I could talk about, this Forever Comfy. It didn't even last me a week. My butt's already starting to hurt. Because I've been sitting for so long. I mean, I sit here for hours on end, and I hear this thing can't support people on the... Can only support people up to 350 pounds. Yeah, well, I'm well over that.
Leave the rest to me.
Let's see. I'm still excited for the holidays. I can't believe they're almost here. So happy. Now blow me one last kiss, pretty boy. I guess one thing I could talk about is the new comment system. Sure, I'm a bit late to the party, but I guess I'll throw in my 2 cents on it. A lot of people are saying that Google Plus's integration within the comment system is just bogus and shouldn't have happened in the first place. In a sense, I do agree because it makes replying to people a lot harder. And also, there are some good things that I actually do like. For one, the character limit is gone, but I also don't like the fact that you can put in like URLs and stuff. And also pixel art now. Because it's annoying going around from one YouTube video to another to see things like, this is Bob. Bob is building an army to take down Google+. Copy and paste all over YouTube to join the nation, or whatever the freaking thing is. It's like, you see Bob, then Bob's driving a tank, and then Bob is flying a helicopter. It's like, all over YouTube, everywhere you go, slime like Bob are crawling around and saying like, ooh, we're gonna take down Google+, copy and paste this everywhere. And then another thing that's really annoying is people say that Google's changing their minds. Well, we all know better, they're not going to change their minds, ever. And they instead put these URLs that involve screamers. No, seriously. I actually clicked on one and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah!
It's like screaming really loud and flashes, and it can really mess people up. Really, it can put them in a seizure, and just overall it can kill them if they have a weak heart. I'm dead serious, those things exist. Be careful on what URL you click on, especially if it sounds promising. Really. And if anything, if you really are curious, turn off your speakers. Whatever you do, just turn them off. You'll thank me later. So my 2 cents on the comment system, I'm okay with it. I don't really care. I like having the free range of having an unlimited character limit and being able to fully express myself instead of having to post multiple comments after multiple comments just to get across my point. Like, I could just leave a biography if I want to on a single comment. But it does also come with its own fair share of problems. For one, for those who are rogue and decide not to link their YouTube channels with Google+, then those channels will not be allowed to comment on videos whatsoever. I'm dead serious. Look it up. For me, I've already linked both my main channel and my backup channel with Google Plus a long time ago. The reason was because I wanted to change my username. And that's exactly what I did. If you want more detail, watch my 3DS test video, and you'll know when I first started using my new username and when I first started saying it. What was I gonna say after this? Dang it, now I don't remember. I am hungry. It is practically dinner time. Usually around 6 p.m. I like to start cooking my dinner. Or decide to order out whatever I want to do. But, obviously, I'm not doing that right now. I'm making a video for Pete's sake. Because, Pete, he does things in Jesus' place that makes you cringe in so many different ways. Especially when he's controlling an army of darkened figures that just want to take over each and every single world that involves Final Fantasy and Disney. And that should be hint enough of what I'm referencing and who I'm referencing.
Come on out. Okay, later.
Time to fight the next enemy of which we have on our list of enemies in order to take down in order to progress forward.
Let's hurry and get an
These
advantage.
Therapists. I think we've encountered them already back in the Great Sand Sea during the Grand Beetle Hunt. During that side quest. But I feel like showing it here because they're here. They fear. And they take away all that you hold dear, as they would beg you for a beer. Where am I going with this? I don't know. Just stuff. Basically, the therapists here are no different than the ones in the Great Sand Sea. They have high defense, and it takes quite a while just to take one down. And they also have a bit more of a tendency to attack rather than to defend like the Grand Beetles do. And they also have a bit more attack power too, so it's basically an enemy reskin. Following that cliche, but hey, what can you do? Just saying. That's the way things are going right now. I do believe this is going to take a while, so let's come up with something to talk about. Now I wonder. Let's think for a few minutes now, shall we? I guess one thing I could talk about is lately I've been hit with not necessarily a copyright strike, thank God, but I have been hit with a false content ID match. And this happened on the first part of my Let's Play of Lost Odyssey. It's by Zodiac Archive? I don't remember the name, because I really don't care, but apparently they're a big YouTube network. And they're so big, they actually registered some of their content within the content ID match system, much like Machinima has. Except for some reason, my content matched theirs. Which I believe is complete BS, so what I'm doing is simple. I'm having my network get things sorted out. Because not only have they hit that video on my main channel, but they also hit one of my videos on my backup channel too. So, yeah, that's not fun. Also, on my backup channel, I had to sort it out for myself. I had to go through the dispute process, because no way am I going to acknowledge the fact that they have, a copyright claim on it. No way. It's not theirs. Lost Odyssey doesn't belong to them. It belongs to Microsoft and Mistwaker Studio. And that's all I really know as far as game companies and publishers are concerned. Unless there's something that I'm completely missing. I want to know, has any of your videos been hit, if you make videos at all? they've been hit with false content ID matches? Let me know. Love to hear it.
Let's do this.
Alright, let's see. What else can I talk about? Fighting more werewolves, and now we're going to fight one more enemy that we have yet to face. This enemy is right here. It's... what is it, a vile plant? No, it's a vicious plant. Vicious plants act like their brethren of which we've seen before, just a reskin color. Higher attack power, they deal more damage, and they're also more annoying. Because natural gas after natural gas, natural gas. Where did you learn to fly? Where did you learn to fly? Where did you learn to fly? Where did you learn to be an asshole? One of many quotes from the angry video game nerd. Speaking of which, did you know that he has his own official video game that was made by Screw Attack and some other company? I have not played it yet, but from what I've seen, it looks really good and a lot of fun, just hard as hell. I mean, I know it was meant to be that way. It's supposed to be hard but rewarding at the same time. It feels like an achievement. Like, yeah, I just beat this really hard level. Now it's on to the next one. Really ought to check it out sometime. But really, I haven't had a chance to. Because I just haven't had the money to do it. Like I've stated before, my money situation isn't all that great. I mean, I had to spend pretty much all the money that I had in order to get up here.
Like the glorious Phoenix.
And then some.
Yeah, everybody's getting hyped.
Now, what can I say? What else can I say about the vicious plants? Nothing really much, just pound them with everything you got, just like everyone else. Should be okay as long as they don't spam natural gas again and again. But they do have a bit of a tendency to also attack you multiple times within a single blow. That's demonstrated just a few seconds ago. One thing I could talk about is, have you ever had this pain that goes through your jaw? It's like you pull the muscle within your jaw when you're yawning, and it seems to happen most when you're really tired and you're yawning constantly again and again. Yeah, I had that happen to me multiple times, and it hurts each and every time. Have you ever experienced this? One other thing I could talk about is another thing. Blah. Have you ever experienced this sensation? Like, you sneeze and you hiccup at the same exact time. Have you ever had that happen to you? I had it happen once before, and it hurt quite a bit. Really did. Really hurt a lot. And another thing I want to know, have you ever had a sneeze attack? By that I mean like you sneeze like constantly for several minutes straight, might I add. I had that happen once. Once during one of the last few weeks of work back at the Naval Academy, I once had a sneeze attack that lasted like 5 minutes straight. I'm not kidding. I am not freaking kidding when I say this. It's all true. It lasted 5 minutes. And I thought I wasn't going to stop.
Come on out.
But thankfully I eventually did stop. Which is nice.
Awesome.
Oh wow. I'm out of time already.
Okay.
This is General Snivy. Let's play The Last Remnant. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time, the rest of this side quest once and for all.